From clarkwoods.com, this is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 44 with Chris and Steve. We did that last time, right? You criticized me for putting the episode with... It's the 44th episode with you and me. What I said was factually accurate. You're giving me a look like I have done something wrong.
I thought it was, in case you thought I wasn't going to be on this part.
You are on this part. You're a vital part of the show. Some would even say you are the show.
No, okay. Let's see. That is a false statement.
Is it?
Yes, because I can't just sit here and pontificate for an hour. I'm not. Like,
I don't know. I think if you tried, you could.
I'm not like my boyfriend Bill Burr and can just sit here and just fucking talk for an hour and be like, me undies, no more sweaty balls every once in a while, and then go on and call my wife and be like, hey, can you help me out with these questions? I can't do that.
You can't do that.
I don't have a wife.
Yeah.
I mean, I am seeing somebody, but
Oh my god! Oh my, that came out just now.
Yes.
You haven't said that on the show before.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, ladies, I'm taken. Not like a Liam Neeson kind of taken.
No, and not like a other kind of taken. I mean, you're not being I mean, we talked about pegging. Did we not talk about pegging on the show?
No one's fucking me in the ass with a strap on.
Thank you. In the ass with a strap on.
Are you sure I'm not too low?
You are fine. I'm too high.
You smoked right before the show.
I did smoke before the show. That's why I'm high. We should break the fourth wall to begin with and say that this is our first experiment with 2 microphones.
That is correct, Chris. We are using 2 microphones now, and I'm getting right up on mine because I don't feel like I'm loud enough.
You see, now I've got some interesting post-production work for myself, because if you speak like that, like you just did, that's awesome. You're right there, but I have to volume-wise, there's some fun trickery that has to happen earlier so that I make you sound like you did just then.
Okay, Chris. Thanks for telling me all that.
So we have 2 microphones. In theory, this is going to work out beautifully, but it's the first day that I've tried the 2 microphones.
How much did that thing cost? Then we get 2 of those, and then it'll be great.
How much did this thing cost? A little over $100.
A little over $100. Maybe I can make an investment.
Maybe.
And we'll have 2 of those, and then I won't have to be eating my mic.
Yeah.
This snowball.
Yes, I am filleting the Yeti, and you
are eating the snowball. Jeez.
I mean, the other thing that would be nice here would be some boom mics, so we could actually get the things right up to our face instead of leaning down. So like right now, the mics are on a kitchen counter table sort of thing. In once again. The room where last time we recorded, we had a hell of an echo, but I think we're going to do better this time. I think we're going to do better this time because the last time we had just the 1 mic, and now we got 2. At any rate,
and there's more things in the room now.
There are more things in the room. There are boxes.
I think that diffuses the echoisms.
Plus,
the windows are open.
The windows are open. That helps. It does not help with, you mentioned sweaty balls before, and I must say,
my balls aren't really that sweaty. It's just my torso is just moist.
My torso is about as sweaty as my Diet Coke can is right now. It's very hot up here. We tried to run. I'm pointing as if you can see this.
He's pointing at the window.
We tried to run an air conditioner earlier, but when we ran it, there was. I don't know how to speak English today.
Apparently, you know how to teach it.
Oh, wait, you teach creative writing.
Yeah, sorry.
When we had the air conditioner running, it was quite loud, and there's a breeze. There's a nice little breeze.
Yeah, just now.
Oh. And then now, what we were talking about before we started recording, we've been tweaking these damn mics for like a good 20 or 30 minutes at this point. You said we might record another episode in a thunderstorm. What
was it, episode 6 or something like that?
Something like that.
We were back when I was living in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
We were in my apartment and in my bedroom.
Yes.
And it was I was insanely distracted.
Yeah,
through the entire show.
You were kind of
like spilling your guts about how you went on a trip
North Carolina.
to North Carolina.
That's right.
We were telling our North Carolina stories.
We were. That's good times. Good
Yeah.
times. We don't need to tell those again.
Yeah.
And see, that's. And,
Hey, do you remember the time we went to the Prudential Park?
Yeah. No.
You're supposed to say yeah.
Yes.
Then there's no need to talk about it then.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That is correct. All right, so eventually we're gonna get the get a hand. Is that what we're gonna do?
We're going to get a hand job.
We're gonna get a hand. See, you just sounded great. You sounded fucking fantastic.
So I have to just be right here the entire time.
That's what I'm saying. Is we need you.
How am I going to take sips of beer?
I know that's a very important part of the show. Is you taking sips of.
Well, sometimes it's
See,
important.
what's fucking frustrating me is that like 4, 5, 6-year-old microphone is picking you up better than this one seems to be picking. Well, I'm
like before, this one is making me a crackly asshole.
Yeah. I mean, that.
I think that should be the name of the episode. Crackly asshole.
Crackly asshole. And the thing
There's the rumble.
There's the rumble. I don't think anybody heard it because we've got better mics now.
Yeah, fuck you.
You sound great. I got the headphones on. And me, I'm peeking and I'm trying not to.
This is insanely inside this week, and I got a throat bubble. So let's talk about stuff that isn't the microphones for a second.
So we're recording on a Thursday. We are recording on a Thursday because
yes, I am taking another trip, but this time it's not going to be so long that we're going to have to do a double parter.
No.
Although that's also breaking the fourth wall.
That is
because we got together 2 weeks in a row to do the exact same thing and talk about the exact same thing
and sit at the exact same table with the exact
same kitties bumping into us. It was fun.
Yes, that was the episode with Dan.
Yes.
If you're not familiar, I will throw those episodes into the show notes right about here in the show notes for this episode. If you are not aware,
about there where I threw up on myself.
The show notes are at clarkwoods.com/hot/44.
Yeah,
44. The number's 44, not the word 44 or 44.
Oh, I need to shut my phone off.
You need to shut your phone. I think I need probably to shut my phone off. It was buzzing in my pocket a little while ago. I got to watch some videos on mic technique while you're away. Let's get it back. I just realized I was getting back into
Stop talking about microphones.
So tell me about Philly. Why Philly?
Why Philly? Well, my special lady,
your special lady friend,
and I are going down there for Philly Beer Week.
Now that is a good reason.
Not for the whole week. I mean, we're just going to go for the opening tap, which is going to be tomorrow evening.
Okay.
So we're heading down. I took tomorrow off from work, and we're heading down tomorrow morning. We'll head down there and get some beers. My plan is to go also, I think we mentioned it before, but my plan is to go to see the Philadelphia Phillies play the Colorado Rockies in a Major League Baseball park.
A major league, as opposed to a minor league baseball park.
No, they're not playing it in...
As opposed to a parking lot.
Yes, they're not playing in a parking lot. Why would they do that?
Are they playing in a
baseball stadium
with people in it?
I have a story to tell before you completely derail this conversation.
I wasn't going to derail it. I was just saying, are there going to be people in it?
Back in the day,
sure,
I took a trip to Baltimore.
It
is referred to as Balmer by the folks that live near there.
I was unaware.
Balmer. Maybe I'm saying
Steve?
It wrong. What?
As in Steve?
Steve Ballmer?
Steve Ballmer.
Who's Steve Ballmer?
Continue.
Is that Steve Baldwin? Who the fuck are you talking about?
Steve Ballmer was the CEO of Microsoft after Bill Gates left.
Who gives a shit? Sorry. All right, so I was in Baltimore.
Okay.
Baltimore, Maryland. And on the way from the airport, when I went there, I was like 19, 20 years old.
I didn't know the years old was coming. I was like, it was like 1920.
It was in 1920. I am immortal, the princes of the universe.
Did you cut off a Russian guy's head?
A Russian guy's head.
He was a Russian guy, wasn't he? Kurgan
like in the first movie.
Yeah, wasn't he like a Russian guy?
Yeah, it's been way too long.
I mean, he's probably a fucking Viking. You know, the Vikings Vikings went all over the fucking place, but including Russia.
That song was from the fucking TV show, not from the movie.
Which song?
The song that I was just fucking saying.
That song was in both the TV show and the movie, wasn't it?
Was it?
I thought it was in the movie.
I don't know. Listeners that pay attention to shit like that, why don't you fucking tell us that? So...
You were in Balmer.
I was in Balmer, Maryland, back in 1990-aught. Mm-hmm. And I was down there. Will, I don't know if he actually listens to the show.
Willard?
You don't say his damn whole first name or whole name. We'll just say Will. I don't know if he actually listens to the show. I don't know if we can call him friend of the show.
I don't know.
Because he's never,
he has
in any
never
way
outed himself.
Yeah, he's never outed himself as an expressed fan or even listener of the show. Mm-hmm. So, but he was going to school down there, and he had some friends down there. So we flew down, and we met up. They picked us up from the airport. On the way back from the airport, I am commenting several times about how the baseball stadium is so close to the highway. Mm. And I'm like, wow, it's amazing how close the baseball stadium is to the highway. I keep on saying it over and over again.
Yes.
But this is what I think I'm saying. Apparently my brain isn't working right that day. Mm. And I was saying baseball station. And I'm like, look at this. I can't believe the baseball station's so close to the highway. Look at the baseball station. It's so great. Yeah. It's right there, right next to the highway.
Ah.
I want to go to that seems like, maybe something that's in space that they play baseball in.
The baseball station?
The baseball space station.
It seems like that place is a little bit too small for anything other than BP.
I don't know your acronyms.
BP, like batting practice? I thought that was like something.
Oh, I thought you meant like the petroleum company.
Yeah, or BJ. Might be a little. That makes me wonder.
What? Getting a fellatio with oil on your penis?
No, getting fellatio in the space station. You think that's happened?
Probably.
I
don't know. Can you all right, I don't know how I'm not a scientist and I've never claimed to be.
No, you have not, Dr. Uncle Steve.
Stop it. So
was it Dr. Uncle or Uncle Doctor?
Whatever. But I think Uncle Doctor made more sense, but yeah. I think you said the other one because it made less sense and pissed me off more.
Okay.
So I'm not a doctor or a scientist. But okay, so you're floating around. I don't know how your circulatory system works well in space. Does your heart beat the same way when there's zero gravity as opposed to when there is gravity? And so, if you were to be aroused in space, mm-hmm. we need to have an astronaut. We need to have an astronaut on the show.
We need to have an astronaut on the show.
I am so much quieter than you. Fuck you.
You are not that much quieter than me.
You're speaking in a normal voice, and I'm yelling.
It will all be fine.
Okay, you better fucking fix this in post.
I will fix it in post.
I don't like your British accent at all.
with the astronaut.
So, yes, baseball station. I said it a lot, and I was made fun of a lot for saying it a lot.
A lot.
Fuck you.
But you're going this time not to Balmer, Maryland.
I mean, it's not that far. I mean, in the grand scheme of things.
You're going to the Illadelph.
What?
The Illadelph. That's a thing.
What the fuck does that mean?
Illadelph.
Who has said that before?
Somebody.
Who? Besides you just now.
A rapper back in the day.
No way.
No, I swear.
Will Smith, because he was in West Philadelphia,
born and raised.
Don't say the rest of it.
On the playground.
No!
I swear. Okay, so I went. When did I go to Philadelphia? Me, Philly, you, Jane. No, I went to Philly a number of years ago, and I think it was when the Phillies won the series. Did they win the series, or were they just in the series?
I don't think they were. I don't think they won the series. Wait, hold on.
Maybe they weren't even in the series. Maybe they were just in the
Was it
NLCS.
the Rays in the Phillies?
Could have been. Could have been.
Somebody look it up.
Could have been. Anyway, I was there, and around that time, I went to Philadelphia. I was there for the conference of the Association of Literary Scholars and Critics.
How did you manage to get into that conference?
I was the office manager. I was not then, nor am I now, nor have I ever claimed to be a literary critic or a scholar. I am a fiction writer. I have that is it. That is the only claim to fame I have, and that's not much of a claim to fame. Yeah, no, I was there for that conference. It was whatever year it was, and I swear at that point I heard someone call it the Illadelph. I don't think that's outside of the realm of something that someone would say. I don't think it's that strange. The Illadelph of the Pennsylvania, that maybe is a little bit stranger. And now I'm finding out what it's like to do a show on my own.
I found when the last time the Philadelphia Phillies won the World Series, and it was, in fact, this year that you're talking about, which was 2008.
2008.
It was the Rays versus the Phillies.
Versus the Phillies. Now, I mean, and it was always around. Maybe we went later that year. It was always around.
It should have been the Red Sox and the Phillies but that last game against the Rays.
Oh, that's right. The old fucking microphone is so, like, you just burped. I could barely hear that motherfucker. I say anything over here, you say anything over there, this new mic picks it up.
I burped and the new mic picked up my burp.
I know the old mic didn't pick up your burp is what I'm saying.
I'm inconsistent with how
clear as day. I'm just like that.
It's because you're wearing headphones.
Okay, yes, that is part of it. I actually think me wearing headphones is bleeding into the damn mic, and now I don't. I would take them off, but we know that we had that little problem with the snowball. You know, the snowball is a little messier.
It was scratchy asshole.
It was a snowball and a scratchy, or it was a snowball that came out of a scratchy asshole. That would be the way that it. Ooh, I wish I could have captured a photo of that face that Steve just made. So you're going to Philly. You're going for
Beer Week. Beginning of Beer Week.
For opening tap. And then you're going to see... Wait, Phillies game happened first? Or
no, the Phillies game is Saturday afternoon. It's against the Rockies.
Yep.
Who we beat in the World Series.
That's true.
In 2007.
In 2007, we were in... Was it San Fran? Might have been in San Francisco. No.
What were you doing in San Francisco?
No, I was in Chicago.
What were you doing in Chicago?
Same conference. That conference always ran
during the World Series.
It ran most years. It ran during the ALCS, NLCS. So my boss was a Tigers fan. So there was at least 1 year where we were in the hotel room rooting for his team, and then a couple other years where we were in the hotel room rooting for the Sox, which he also liked because he was in Boston around the time of the first series.
In 1918?
Yes, he too.
How old was this man?
He too is a Highlander. Don't you dare go after him. He's a very nice man.
Come on, I know the quickening.
There can be only one.
And
but
you know what? I have a samurai sword that has his head's name on it.
I was just going to ask you what kind of sword you had. Now,
what is a fucking
you have a samurai. I mean, like
I don't have a sword. Like let's just get this straight. I don't have any swords. But if I was to have one,
nudge, nudge. I mean, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You have a samurai sword. That's
no. If I was a Highlander, I would have a samurai sword. I think.
If you were a Highlander, hypothetically.
Because you can do it in one. You pull it out, you slice
his head off, and you put it right back in.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you have to wipe off the blade.
Yeah, don't leave the blood on the blade.
Because it'll rust.
That's what Liam Neeson taught little Leo DiCaprio in Gangs of New York. Or I don't know if he taught him. Yes, he said never leave the blood on the blade. It wasn't little Leo. It was the kid who would grow up to be Leo, but it was a different actor. Anyway, fourth wall.
Why was that have anything to do with the fourth wall?
Don't leave the blood on the blade. Well, I was saying, me telling the listener that little boy was not little Leo DiCaprio is breaking the fourth wall.
The fourth wall for that movie, but it's not that movie breaking the fourth wall, so therefore it's just us talking about a fucking movie.
Sure. So you have a samurai sword.
I don't have a samurai sword, but if I did, I'd cut people's heads off with it.
See, I would like
if I was a Highlander.
If yes. But you're not going to cut the head off of my boss, who likes the Tigers. Just
who is
he likes...
also a Highlander.
No, he was
I'm not one, and neither is he.
He was there for the 2004 series. That is when I first joined the organization, and he and I, maybe I have told this story before, he and I would go down, we worked in Kenmore Square, and there was a...
Oh, wait, no, you didn't say that right.
Kenmore?
Kenmore Square?
Yeah, we were there, and we there was a Mexican place around the corner from our office, and they were selling at the time reverse the curse burritos. I don't know if they started this.
Did you have to eat them backwards?
You did not have to eat them backwards.
No, I'm not eating a pizza backwards, like the crust first. I'm talking about like putting it in your asshole.
I didn't try that, but I suppose that was maybe what they meant.
Did you like smush your bum cheeks together, bum cheeks together, and go yum 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 yum, like you're eating your burrito with your butt?
So many good titles in this episode. Eating your burrito with your butt. No. No. So the reverse the curse burrito was. I feel like it was like almost like a pita. Was the shell, and it had a hot dog and beans in it. It was terrible. My
That's
boss,
not a burrito. That's a hot dog.
It was a burrito. It was a reverse the curse burrito. And my boss loved his, and I was trying to, I was only a couple weeks into the job at this point, and I was trying to impress. I don't know.
Did you eat it Lady and the Tramp style with him?
I did not, but I did give him the rest of mine. And then, of course, shortly after the series was won, it became the curse reversed burrito. It was the same damn thing. And I remember, similarly, a lot of things in town changed around that time. Around that time, there was the reverse curve sign that was on Sturrow Drive, I think. And that had been painted over to say reverse the curse instead of reverse curve. And they had to take that damn sign down because it had been graffitied over too many times. Or maybe they just did it as a symbolic
I'm an old school graffiti artist myself.
Are you?
I used to do the peace sign, the Roadrunner, Repent 13,
So it
just the word the who, stuff like that.
stuff like that. It was not just that you stole donuts.
No, I didn't actually do that. That's referring to actually somebody we are both acquainted with. We both saw a show only on different nights. Sleeves.
Ah, yes.
Sherwin Sleeves is a person that has done music for the Ron and Fez show on satellite radio, and he does some work with NHPR.
That's true.
And he did a one-man show at the Players Ring, which we were at
Separately, but yes.
But yeah, why did I bring that up? Oh yeah, he wrote a song for the Ron and Fez show called Mighty Horse, and he used a bunch of clips from their show. Then they were having a conversation about graffiti, and I was just quoting a bunch of it. So check it out on the YouTube. There's a fun little animation for Mighty Horse Rocks the Fat Ass.
Nice. All right. Well, so you're going to Philly, and that's the first bit of news off of our list right there. See, that just picked up me and the fucking pen.
Don't put it down.
No, I mean,
do I need to take it from you?
No, it picked up me and the pen scratching the thing off the paper. So I mean So my mic is supposed to be in unidirectional mode right now, and it is not, or it seems to not be, or it's just really good at picking up all manner of things. You had ice cream for dinner. That's the next thing on our list.
You're gonna have to. Is the description of this show? The boys get a new mic and talk about it for most of the time.
No, we're gonna stop. We're only like 20 something minutes in. We can stop. It's possible. We can quit.
Bullshit.
You sounded great right there. No. See that?
See, I don't like being right up on the mic though.
That's good mic technique. Now, see, the problem is right. So down here. Down there is good.
See, you said we're not talking about mics anymore, and now we're talking about mics.
I can quit it. I promise. You had ice cream for dinner. I was trying to move on.
Yes, I did have ice cream for dinner.
Why did you have ice cream for dinner?
Because it was fucking hot last night, and it is today.
So you're going to have ice cream for dinner again?
I mean, I don't know if it's removing the fourth wall to say what day it is.
I already said it. I said we were recording on Thursday because you're
going
Thursday,
on a trip. But it's Thursday, May 28th.
Thursday, May 28th.
And we live in the greater Boston area of Massachusetts.
Which is in the northeast of the United States.
Yes. And it's fucking 80-something degrees.
It is.
In May.
We skipped spring.
Well, we always skip spring. We always skip fall. It's
do.
fucking summer and winter.
That's true. That's true. And there's no such thing as global warming.
No. Don't call it global warming, because then freaking assholes will say, well, it's cold. Look at the record amount of snow we got. Blur, it was cold. Blur, blur, blur.
Blur, 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 blur.
So just call it climate change, and then people are less likely to say, hey, your dad is outside yelling stuff.
He is, and the microphones are not good enough to pick up him, which is a shame.
That's unfortunate, but if you would like me to repeat what he was doing, he was going, hi, 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 hi. So I don't know if you want to keep that in because it's sort of racist.
Well, it's a nice preview for the eventual dadcast that you've been you've been wanting since the beginning of the show.
Yes. So yeah, there will be Native American, not Native American chants,
Indigenous peoples.
Indigenous
Steve.
people's chants that are inaccurate and wrong.
The Cleveland Indigenous people.
Oh my God. Can anybody say anything anymore without...
The Washington Indigenous people.
Okay, see, that I understand. I get...
Washington, yes.
I get. Well, maybe change Chief Wahoo to not be like this caricature, and just, maybe... Because, we grew up in Chelmsford.
We did.
And our high school mascot was the lion. So
yes.
that's you can't get racist with that.
Somebody could, I'm sure.
Someone could find a way to be racist with a lion. But our town rival is Billerica, Massachusetts.
That is right.
And their mascot is the Indian.
That is true.
But it's not like a Chief Wahoo type Indian.
No.
I mean, I imagine the picture is sort of closer to the Washington Redskins logo of being an actual native person.
Yes.
As opposed to a caricature of a Indian. I put Indian in air quotes that you couldn't see.
Yes. I felt the air quotes around you.
Thank you.
What was that?
I don't know.
Nobody can say anything anymore. I think that
no, but no one's up in arms about the Billerica Indians or whatever.
Maybe that's because they suck, Steve.
Well, they've always sucked because they lose to the Chelmsford Lions every year in the...
Not every year.
Almost every year in the Thanksgiving Day...
Classic.
I remember one year I went to that, and I was with Kyle. I'm not going to say his whole name.
Every time he's come up, I've wanted to not say his whole name, but say the reverse of his name, which I think is hilarious.
Yes, but then anybody with a brain could figure out what his real name is. But I was with Kyle, and I think Rob, and then my mother's boyfriend took us, and his name was Bill. I think I've mentioned Bill before, talking about the Super Bowl at my mother's place.
You did mention that.
Yeah. Okay, so... So we're at this football game, and it's really fucking cold out. Mm-hmm. And what Kyle and Rob and I were doing, there was a small bush that had all the leaves that had fallen off of it, so it was just kind of like a sparse bush. We kept on spitting on the bush.
Yeah.
And our spit was freezing prior to hitting the ground. And Bill thought this was gross and almost threw up.
What? Okay. I mean, I guess.
I don't know why, some people are queasy about certain things, and I guess he didn't like spit.
I guess so. I guess he's not
spit.
Oh, fuck you and your plosives.
I'm just going to pop a couple of peas, motherfucker.
See,
pussy.
People are more sensitive about shit like that than they are about us talking about microphones for 20 minutes. I'm just going to say.
Me popping pussies?
You popping. I guess Bill would not be a fan of the snowball, I'm guessing.
Definitely not. Especially if it was frozen on a tree. And then he broke off the icicle and had to eat it.
So you're going to Philly. You had ice cream for dinner last night.
I didn't even get to talk about the ice cream for dinner.
Okay.
So I went. I didn't go to Kimball's,
Yeah.
which is closer to where I am. I ended up going up to Tingsboro. I took a jaunt,
Yeah.
and I went to Tingsboro to Sullivan Farms.
Sullivan's. Now, are they?
They are affiliated.
They are affiliated
with Sully's, which is right next to Chelmsford High.
Okay.
Check it out if you're ever in town. And yeah, they have really good ice cream.
So you went to Sullivan's.
I went to Sullivan Farms, got some ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I got I got this the last time I went there too. I got reverse chocolate chip, which is pretty similar to reverse racism. It's chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
With white chocolate chips.
Okay, and was it good?
It was good. I liked
Was it good? Did you ask for it with some Jimmies?
Yes, I got Jimmy's, and I said, "Oh no, do you want some sprinkles?" And I'm like, "I want Jimmy's because they're more racist." Fucking something. I don't know.
See, Stephanie, my wife, is
I don't agree with the fact that they're racist. I think there was the guy who invented it or invented the chocolate sprinkles was named Jimmy.
Yeah,
and I think that it's not because of Jim Crow laws. That was a fucking rumor that people say to be like, "Hey, you're a racist from Boston." I'm like, "No, I'm racist for other reasons,
not
because I'm from Boston."
Yeah, no, because Steph, we went out for ice cream a couple weeks ago.
I am not, in fact, racist. Let me just because people. You said it in an accent, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. We went out for ice cream with my folks a couple weeks ago, and Steph ordered something with Jimmy's on it, and I did wince for a second, and I was like, what the fuck was that?
You shouldn't fucking wince.
I know. I'm
sorry, I'm getting mad. I'm outraged about fucking people being outraged, and that's my own cross to bear.
I was trying to think of where the punctuation was in that sentence, because I'm outraged about fucking people.
About people being fucking outraged.
Right. But for a second, I thought you were outraged about fucking people.
No.
All right. And then the question would be, are you outraged about your... is fucking, in that case, an adjective or a verb? So are you outraged about fucking people? People who fuck? Or are you outraged about yourself fucking people?
No, there's nothing to do with fucking people.
Okay.
People that are fucking outraged.
Okay. I'm glad we clarified that.
That is not a...
I'm crossing out ice cream
What do you
again.
cross out ice cream all you want? I'm still going to talk about it. So I had my ice cream.
Okay.
It was reverse chocolate chip.
All right. You're making me want ice cream.
Well, maybe your mom has some ice cream
She
sandwiches.
probably has some ice cream sandwiches, yeah.
All right, so I was eating it while I was driving.
Yes.
Now, and it made me think, this is like I had to hold it right next to my head.
Yeah.
While I was eating it, just so I didn't get it on my pants and or take my eyes off the road.
Mm-hmm.
But, people are all up in arms nowadays because people are texting and driving.
Yes.
Or whatever, or just distracted driving. That has been happening for years.
Yes.
Because people have been drinking coffee, eating a cheeseburger, eating a fucking thing of ice cream because they don't want to pull over to be a fatso. They want to drive and be a fatso.
That's exactly how you get to be a fatso. I know from experience.
Is drive and be a fatso?
Drive and be a fatso. I'm not getting off.
Should I have gotten out of my car and eaten my ice cream and just done laps?
Yes, you should always
I should have gone to the CHS track and run while I ate my ice cream.
Yeah, I think so.
I probably would have got a cramp.
Probably. No, I mean, my very short tangent is just that I feel like I have gained a lot of weight while driving back and forth to do the play that I was in, and eating nothing but fast food. So I think
you didn't have to eat fast food.
All right, so you had ice cream?
Yes, I had ice cream for dinner.
And it was good.
It was great.
And it was.
I ate the whole fuck. Well,
it was reverse
racist.
The
thing, and this is it was a reverse racist ice cream. Here's the thing about the suburbs versus the city.
Sure.
If you go to an ice cream parlor,
does anybody call them that?
I was in the parlor.
Having
some fucking ice cream.
Yeah, brah.
So I went to. If you go to an ice cream parlor,
okay,
an ice cream shop
in
the city, you get a small Dixie cup sized ice cream for $3.
Yeah,
and you're like, this is a bunch of cunty bullshit.
Yep.
And then you go to the burbs
Yeah.
and go to an ice cream shop or some sort of like, it usually is an outdoor kind of area.
Some sort of a stand, yeah.
Ice cream stand. That's a great word for it. Thank you for
You're welcome.
providing me with something that helped me for once.
You're welcome.
Oh, stop. So yeah, you go there and you get a kitty for $3.
Yeah.
Which is the size of their large.
It is, yeah. I went to a place. I remember when Stephanie and I first started dating. We were visiting her sister, who was living in Salem, Massachusetts at the time, and we went to a place out there, and there were people who were actually ordering half and quarter kitties.
Yeah,
That's when it's reached absurdity. I mean that you have to order a quarter kitty as an adult just to not get too much ice cream.
Yeah, no, but like there's a place in the greater Salisbury area that's called Haji's.
Okay,
And they have Haji's 2, which is the sequel, I guess. It's not TOO.
They do a lot of that around these parts.
Remember, I'm bringing it back to Chelmsford. Getting fucking local for you. I'm bringing it back to Chelmsford. There's a place in North Chelmsford called the Princeton Station now, but it used to be Jimmy's 4.
I remember that.
But I used to call it Jimmy's IV, and I used to tell people that they gave you intravenous food.
Yes. They invented the lunch gun that Patton Oswalt was looking for in that KFC bit. Yeah. All right.
I hit you with my lunch gun, lunch gun, lunch gun, lunch gun. Pull the trigger on my lunch gun. I need another beer.
You need another beer. All right.
Apparently, you can yak for a bit while
I will yak for a bit, and I will say,
where's fridge?
can you actually get in there, or do I have to move?
Hold on. I got it.
All right. He's getting.
Edit this part out.
He's getting that. He's getting that beer. So Steve had. Jesus Christ.
You need to leave this in.
I'm leaving it in. No, we'll take it all out in post. So Steve had ice cream for dinner, and meanwhile, I had pizza like 2 or 3 times. No, I didn't have it for breakfast.
For dinner?
So
breakfast.
I had pizza.
That's understandable in college when you like wake up and you're like the only thing to eat is the Domino's that you ordered the night before.
Right.
Sorry, that got everywhere.
It did. A little bit of it might have gotten into the keyboard.
Nice.
Tuesday night we had 3 back-to-back showings. We're trying to sell our house. I don't know what the last thing I said about the house was. Short version is we had an offer, the bank denied it, and so now we're back to showing our house again. So Tuesday night I had 3 showings. I had the girls to myself, and I had to get them out of the house so people could come and look.
I don't know, that the way you said that, like, I had the girls to myself.
Jesus Christ. I'm talking about my daughters.
I know, but not in a weird way.
So I had to get them out of the house for 2 hours, and I took them to Chuck E. Cheese. Now I had
Did
already.
you have like the shitty Chuck E. Cheese pizza?
We did because they wanted pizza, and
Do they have pinball there?
they do not. No.
Well, then
Yeah.
you won't find me there.
I will not find you there.
Well, actually, I'm going back to taking you back in the time machine, back to 1997, around the time where I was about to graduate high school.
Sure.
Me and some friends were like, "Hey, let's go over to the Chuck E. Cheese's in Lowell and play some arcades."
I did not even know that was there until recently.
Yeah, though it's right near. It's a Target now, but it used to be a Hannaford's over there and whatnot.
Yep.
But yeah, we went over there and we're like, let's go play some arcades at the fucking Chuck E. Cheese. And we go in. Yeah. They're like, you can't come in here. And we're like, why not? They're like, you don't have any children with you. And I'm like, well, he's 17. And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, fuck. So we left. And we went to Fun World.
Which is a lot more fun.
No, it's not. Fun World blows. And they don't take care of their pinball machines.
We were.
That's my punctuation now.
We went to Mall, New Hampshire, which is the closest mall to our house. we went to the mall in New Hampshire with the intention of.
You didn't go to the Gold Club with the girls? It's
No,
been a while.
You had to make
It's been a while since we talked about strip clubs and some shit. Not
You
literally
had to
shit.
make it weird.
You mean I didn't already?
No, I did not take my daughters to the Gold Club.
It was amateur.
Now I know
You're setting them up for the poll, Chris.
Oh God.
I'm just kidding.
All right, so we went to the mall with the intent of going to the pizza place there and then walking around the mall.
What kind of pizza place they got there?
They don't have any pizza place there anymore because it was Regina Pizza, which closed a bunch of locations.
They didn't have a Sbarro?
They did not have a
Sbarro?
There's my plosive.
Don't pop your... Don't pop your... Don't pop it.
So we went in there, and I was like, oh, shit. Well, we could go over to the Bertucci's. That's the only other pizza place in the mall.
I don't think a Bertucci's is like good for little kids.
No. And we start walking out of the food court wing of the mall in New Hampshire, and Melody, my youngest daughter, spots the like coin-operated bullshit.
Crane game?
No, like the bullshit like amusement rides that you have at like the end caps of the malls.
Bullshit.
Yes. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm not spending money on that. If we're going to do stupid amusements, I'm just going to take him across the street to Chuck E. Cheese. So,
and you can get pizza.
Yeah, we went across the street.
And more, and fun, and more tokens at Chuck E. Cheese.
And we went over there, and
we need to get an advertiser.
For the second time that day, I had pizza, and I was walking around Chuck E. Cheese trying to like have the pizza farts on the sly, like make sure there's no little kid behind me as I let one rip,
or make sure there's a kid behind you.
There was a
potato.
There was a toddler around, and I was like, oh, that kind
of just like, hey, check this out.
that little kid.
You fart into your hand, and you present it to the
that
kid.
Little kid would have fallen down with just the force, not to mention the smell.
It was like, was it audible?
It was audible.
Check out audible.com today. Get a free audiobook
of your choice. Audible says
Let's
that
pretend to advertise shows, and maybe they'll think they actually need to pay us money.
Audible thinks that Hot Podcast listeners would like some fucking book by some fucking author.
Yes, read by Patrick Stewart. Make it so.
Audible. So I had pizza twice that day and had the wicked farts, and I've been having not great BMs since then.
Let me hold on. You've had difficulties with your BMs, or like they've been coming out like in a steady stream?
They've been. What phrase did you use to describe after you last week when we were talking about hot sauce?
Like the molten magma.
Yes, that's kind of what they've been like. I think it's my.
Have you been eating spicy things?
No,
I like spicy.
I don't like spicy things, but I've been eating too much cheese apparently.
Well, the human body doesn't want to digest dairy. So we should all be vegans.
We should all be vegans. I finished grading this week.
Good. Did everybody in your class pass?
No.
Oh, we got a couple failures.
Two people who I gave chance after chance after chance did not turn in their final assignment, and I had to fail them on Wednesday morning.
I mean, that is understandable.
Yeah, it is understandable.
Like if they had passed something in and it was terrible, you could have still maybe let them squeak by with a D.
I would have.
If they had passed something in, you might have.
If they had passed anything in, I would have given them a passing grade.
Did they even show up to the class?
They did.
Why? Okay. See, I guess like youth. This is a youth is wasted on the young kind of thing.
Yes.
They're like I was irresponsible in my early youth, which is why I shouldn't have like gone to college out of the gate.
Right.
Which is why I dropped out of college and then went to Middlesex and then failed at going there. Which was great because if you're going to waste money on college, community college is the perfect place to do it. Oh, you're crossing off.
New mics is what I'm crossing off. we have talked plenty about the new mics.
No shit.
Go on.
So yeah, like, there was classes I didn't show up for. But if I had shown up for them, I would have gotten a decent grade.
Yeah. I mean, and it's the first time I've failed anybody in that class. I mean, a lot of people have gotten low grades because they've either turned in a lot of stuff late over the years, or they've put very little effort in, but they've gotten low passing grades. It's the first time I've ever had to fail anybody in that particular class, and it just felt weird. That's why I gave them chance after chance. I just could not believe that they didn't. I mean, if they were to look at here's the only thing I can think of. If they were to look at their grades in the sort of running grade tally that's available to them online, they would have seen that they were in rough shape. But I had made it clear in class that even though something is marked as 0, that doesn't mean that you can't turn it in. It's just me signaling to you, right now it's 0, turn it in, it will change.
It could improve to less than 0.
It could improve. And that they didn't take advantage of that is just really, really odd to me. Anyway.
I think I might have said this before, but whatever. 44 episodes in, let's do it again.
Yes.
So one of my classes in college, it was interpersonal dialogue.
I don't know if you've told this one before.
Okay, so maybe not. Interpersonal dialogue. Are you leaving?
No.
You getting a beer? So yeah, I was in a class called interpersonal dialogue, and so for those of you unwashed, that means talking to people other than yourself. I took a class on this as a communications major, because that's what you do. You also take video and audio production and all that jazz. But
sure.
I also, you also learn about communicating, which I guess I did. And so for the final, it was a paper, and she kind of like laid out a sort of a list of things to do for the paper for the final. So I'm like, okay, I'm on this.
Yeah.
And I knew for a fact that she enjoyed grading while she was drinking a bottle of wine. So I was like, I might as well Hemingway this and drink while I'm writing it. Now, the assignment called for, I think, maybe a 2 to 3 page paper. Pretty minimal, nothing fancy. I think I wrote 10 pages. I might have wrote more. And I handed it in. I got it back, and I was flipping to the back to see what my grade was, and it was B+. And I'm like, oh, cool, that's not bad. And then the underneath said, great paper, would have been even better if you had written about what I asked you to. I got a B+ on a final that I didn't talk about the final.
Teachers are understanding. That's the message.
But she really liked what I wrote.
Right.
Which made me think that I actually can write, but maybe not. Maybe I can write for her and no one else.
I think you can write. I think you are an expert. You are the communicator.
Yes.
You are the
I'm better at like writing verbally.
Are you the great communicator?
Yes. Which president was that?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well,
was it FDR?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Somebody out there that's a historian that listens to the show, let us know who the great communicator was and school us in being dumb assholes.
Yes, please. I finished grading, and you want to know what I watched as celebration? You know, you've told me what to watch.
I'm hoping it was Zombievers.
That is what. No,
because I'm watching that tonight.
I finished watching A Million Ways to Die in the West. I had about 20 minutes left, and I finished watching.
Did it end well? Was it everything you hoped it would be?
It was not.
Oh.
But I will say this, and this might be controversial.
Oh, shit.
Of the 2 Charlize Theron movies I have watched this week, I enjoyed watching A Million Ways to Die in the West a lot more than I enjoyed watching Mad Max Fury Road.
What? Everybody in the world says I have a boner for fucking Mad Max. What is your problem?
All right, so without spoiling it, in case you ever
Just
decide...
spoil it. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Fuck our listeners. There's spoilers. Fucking get ready.
Okay, all I will say, it is a good B movie.
Rumble bums.
Rumble. It is a good B movie. I think part of why I didn't enjoy it is because everyone and their fucking mother was all about how amazing this goddamn movie was. I have people I am friends with who saw this movie twice in 24 hours. They were just and
They're like, I'm coated in jizz because of this movie.
Because of this movie, I don't get it at all. Like part of it, I think maybe I think we've talked about in prior episodes, I did not have Mad Max as part of my childhood at all. That might be part of it. Part of it maybe that I could give two shits about cars. Steve is getting really nervous as the thunder starts.
It's not nervous. I like thunderstorms. They interest me. I'm not scared of them.
But visually, it was very interesting. It was hard to take your eyes off of it. It was kind of an insane movie in that way.
Was it insane in the membrane?
Insane in the brain?
Look, I am so much less fucking loud than you.
I will fix it.
You better. This is going to be extensive post-production. Good thing you have an extra day.
I will fix it. I am the fixer. No, what was W? Was W? He was like the fix-it guy. Was he the?
Oh, yeah, he fixed a lot.
I know, but didn't he call himself like the doer, the fixer, the
candlestick maker?
The candlestick. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, candlestick right up the ass. Did fucking fuck, motherfuck George.
What else is on the list?
Amiibos. There were some Amiibos stolen.
Oh yes, I read a story.
You're the one that's all about the Amiibos, and I got
wish
nothing.
That someone would steal them and bring at least one NES Amiibo to my house.
Yeah,
because as it's been said on the show before, Earthbound is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games, and I wanted that. The one thing I wanted was that NES Amiibo. I bought a Link one just for funsies, just to have one. Yeah. And I'm like, hopefully they'll come out with a NES one. I'm like, oh, they did. It's a GameStop. GameStop exclusive.
Yeah.
And so I had to go there, and I waited in line for like an hour, and I'm like, fuck this, and I left. And if I had just waited a little bit longer,
you might have gotten
I would have gotten one, but I didn't, and now I don't have one. Luckily, a friend of mine has given me one to hopefully trade for the NES one that I want. That was my punctuation.
That was your punctuation mark, yeah. Well, I got nothing about Amiibos. They seem neat, but...
no, they're not neat. I mean, it's just like a thing.
They're just a thing?
They're just a fucking collectible that people are taking advantage of, similar to Beanie Babies. We had this conversation before.
We did.
We talked about magic cards and how it didn't become that.
We did talk about that. We've talked about this
Planet
before.
Money, check out that podcast that I was listening to at that time.
Oh, see, now that you mentioned, I think that might have been one of those links I was looking for, because I am very diligent about the show notes. I try to find everything.
We have an extra day again after you fix my volume.
After I fix your volume. Well, you're coming across on my mic, too. I got to check the settings here, and we'll figure it out for next time, or we'll just use the one mic.
Yes.
I don't want to just use the one mic, because I feel like we are getting better audio. It's just a matter of...
You're getting better audio. I have to be right up here and talking blah, 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 blah.
We got to get you a boom. We'll get it right up next to your face. Right on your face.
I don't want it right on my face. I want to be this distance away and talk.
That is not good mic technique.
Well, if it was... Yeah, if there was some sort of adjustable thing that could make it so I could stand or sit where I am right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, you better get it soon.
I will get it soon. While you're in... That was a coaster. That was a coaster. A coaster.
This has gone off the rails.
It has gone way off the rails because
7 minutes left.
Because it started thundering. You are not.
I am so distracted when there's thunder.
Thunder buddies.
You want a hug?
No, it's fucking hot. I don't want to hug.
Embrace and be warmer.
I don't want to embrace and be warmer. I want to have a teddy bear that I can tell dirty jokes to.
We already talked about this last week.
We did, but I said Thunder Buddies, so we're talking about it again.
Fuck no. I'm vetoing.
You're vetoing Thunder Buddies.
Vetoing, which is also what people refer to as making it rain.
You're making it rain.
Making it rain with vetoes.
The Lord is making it rain, or he's about to.
It rained for a second before, but now it stopped. But now it's thunder time.
Thunder time. Ooh. Thunder. Tampa Bay Thunder. No, Lightning.
Thundercats.
Oklahoma City Thunder?
I think that's a team.
You think that's a team? All right. You might be right. You might be.
So that's another one of those non-offensive team names.
You may be wrong, but you may be right. Yeah, it is a Patriots. Is that offensive? Is that offensive?
Probably. If you were someone who grew up in Great Britain and you were like,
true.
These guys were revolutionaries. Holy shit! If you guys were revolutionaries, and then you don't want to have to fucking think about the fact that you got your asses handed to you in 2 wars by these fucks.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills. I mean, offensive to Buffaloes, maybe, or guys named Bill.
I don't like. I like because like
we're just gonna run down the list. We get 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go through them all. Buffalo, like their logo is a buffalo.
I know.
But like, what's a bill?
Well, I think it's Buffalo Bill. Like he was the Wild West guy.
I'm Buffalo Bill the sailor.
The fucking Popeye theme was. I don't know. Yeah, Buffalo Bill the sailor.
No,
sure.
but like it's a buffalo, and like Opie from Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
He went to school up there, and he referred to like women from up there as Buffalo Betties.
Ah, I did not. Oh no, I have heard that. I heard that maybe from you, or maybe from when I watched when I listened to the show back in the day.
Back in the day,
Back
and so
in the
there's
day.
There's Buffalo Bills and Buffalo Betties. Let's just say that.
Miami Dolphins.
That's not offensive at all.
Not offensive. New York Jets. Nothing.
That's an airplane. Why
Yeah.
would you be offended by an airplane?
I'm
just saying to try to extend each one of them by saying more than that's not
AFC
offensive.
East, not offensive. We're good,
Yeah,
right?
Maybe the Patriots.
Maybe the
Brits.
Patriots to the Brits. Okay. NFC East, we've got the Eagles.
That's fine.
We got the fucking Cowboys in the NFC East. That's fucking.
Holy shit! Did you hear that
I
one?
did hear that.
I hope the mic's got that one.
The fuck. Why the fuck? We could have turned into a fucking NFL talk here at the end. Why are the fucking Cowboys in the NFC East? They're in fucking Texas. They're not even like the east part of Texas, are they?
I don't know. Like,
All right.
The geography
Anyway,
of Texas.
Cowboys. Yeah. No.
I don't know if that's offensive.
Okay.
Like,
Giants. Now that's sizest, isn't it?
well, I mean, Andre, the quote unquote giant, like was called that, and he was all right with it.
He was okay. All right.
So I don't know if people have giganticism. Like you can email us at hot@clarkwoods.com and tell us what's offensive to you.
Yeah. That takes care. So Giants, Eagles, and the Cowboys. And that's where the Skins are. We've already been through the Redskins.
That is actually.
Or are they in the South? No, they're in the East because it's all those
There's
four.
Washington.
Yeah.
Washington D.C., not Washington State.
Yeah, but to be fair, the reason that we have the capital in Washington D.C. is because
we stripped the land from the natives. We cannot end it there.
All right, so we'll go south.
They're the Panthers.
The Panthers, the Jaguars, and we're skipping around now. Panthers and Jaguars. That's the AFC and NFC.
Animals are just automatically not offensive.
The Colts, they're in the south.
They've changed their names to whiny sissies.
That's right.
Which
I
is
forgot
offensive
about.
now, but I'm okay with it because.
Have you seen what their new logo looks like?
It looks like a pacifier.
Yes. So there's the whiny sissies, and there's nothing wrong with that.
We lost again to the Patriots. Let's change the rules. Deflategate.
And so there's there are the Texans, but there's nothing. I mean, that's just identifying where you're from, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I think we covered both AFC and NFC South.
What about on the old West Coast?
On the West Coast, we didn't cover no, there isn't a Central. There's a North. We got a North, because there's the Vikings.
The people of Norse descent might
take offense.
Might take
to
a
that.
little bit of offense,
but they seem to kind of embrace their Viking roots.
Okay, so then
I think they're cool. We got the Packers.
Yeah, that's a little.
That's a little
gay racist.
It is a little bit gay racist.
What is that called? Sexist? Gay sexist? Homophobic.
That's homophobic. Yeah.
Gay homophobic.
As opposed to straight homophobic. Yeah. I think let's get out west. West, we've got the Kansas City Chiefs, which is fucking weird. They're in the fucking middle of the country, but they're west, sure. They're the old west.
That's less offensive than the Redskins.
Yeah, because we're talking about the head of the tribe, right?
Yeah.
The figurehead, the dude up front, the chief. We got those dudes. Somewhere in there we've got we got the Raiders. So offensive to Pirates.
That is offensive because it's Pirates, and like even though I'm a big fan of pirate shows that are animes and or manga.
Get ready to drink. What shows are those?
Like One Piece.
Gulp.
I like, pirates, like if you actually had to deal with like real life pirates, I think it would probably be terrible for you. Like, we should have just invited your dad.
We should.
Next time.
Oh,
we're over an hour now.
We're over an hour.
About football. We can fucking end this
We're talking about football. We're talking about being offensive. All right, let's do some plugs and get the fuck out of this hot room.
Hot 44.
Hot 44. 44 degrees.
It's way more than that. Maybe 44 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. How does that work? I don't know how that works.
You double it and add 40. Wait, it's way less than that.
Sure, something like that. All right, so you can find the show notes for the episode, as we said earlier, at clarkwoods.com/hot/44, the number 44. You can find me on the...
It's just hey, I'm going to be all radio professional right here, and he's just fucking, 44.
You can find me on Twitter at ECC1977, where I will be hanging my head in shame for trying to be professional on this podcast.
Fuck professional. And I can be found on Twitter at Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday IS Loser, all one word. Thank you. Don't forget to go on to the iTunes or Amazon or Google Play and pick up the new Sweethearts album or TNS album, The Ape's Choice. Dan and I will thank you very much for doing so.
You will see that has a new, more prominent placement on our show notes beginning this week.
Awesome.
I finally, a few weeks ago, I talked about stealing the show note format from some other damn person, and I looked at it, and the one thing of his that I thought was great was he put all the stuff where you could give him money up front.
Why is your dad running around outside with a golf club?
I don't know. I think there's maybe it's... I wish I had fucking shut up, because that would have been a perfect place to cut it.
You could. Oh wait, no, you did.
No, the problem is
you talked over me a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I mean, if I gotta just, when we get to an hour, I just got to give you extra time each time, because you'll say something funny, and then I can cut it if I just stop talking over you.
I could just say the thing again. I could just say.
You could say the thing again.
Why is your dad running around with a golf club?